It was time for us to pack up from Tamworth and start our drive to Port Macquarie, and along this journey changes can happen at any time. And unfortunately for us, Aidan from Vacationer Caravans had to leave us, and if you follow us on Facebook, we showed you the whole thing live. Journey, so, mate, what's the story? Why are you leaving us? Have we done something wrong?
I've really enjoyed it. So much so, my wife wants me to go back home.
Yeah, see, that's what happens. Once you tell them you're having a good time, they want to end it, don't they?
That's true.
Luckily for us, though, we were able to find a more than suitable replacement in Mark Malloy from Vacationer Caravans, who was more than happy to help us on our way.
Well, Mark, Aidan's left us.
He certainly
but
has.
We're lucky enough to have you for the rest of the journey.
That's great. I'm looking forward to the next leg to Port Macquarie. Can't wait.
Fantastic. Hey, look, what kinds of things do we need to look out for before we hit the road?
Before we hit the road, the first thing I'm going to do is check all my hatches, external hatches, bring up my legs, bring in the awning, check the coupling, take my hoses off, don't forget the hoses, then go through the inside, check all the blinds, the ceiling hatches, the TV I like to take off, the shower door, the ensuite door, and lock this guy here, and we're ready to go.
Awesome.
So I reckon about 15 minutes.
Love it.
Yeah.
What are you doing, old mate? Got a flat?
No, Mac, I'm just testing the tyre pressure.
Ah, one of your morning routines, is it?
It is. What we're going to do is we're going to test the pressure cold. So it's been sitting overnight. We check the pressure. And what we're going to do is 100 kilometres down the road, we're going to just pull over and check it again. Make sure that the hot temperature is 6 psi more than the cold pressure. That'll tell us that the pressure is correct. If we underflated, the pressure will be more. If we overflated, the pressure will be less.
Ah, so finally someone's put some technology and some methodology into working out what tyre pressures you should actually have instead of using rules of thumb.
Right, there's a misconception that everyone should have 45 psi pressure. That's wrong. You gotta have the correct pressure that suits the tyre and the load on the tyres. It's a complicated calculation to work out, so what we've done, we've made it simple. We've put it on our website.
So what's your website, mate?
gnschassis.com.au.
So they can go there and they'll find this formula and never again have to wonder what tyre pressures to run.
You'll have the formula and you'll have a chart to make it easy, so you can just look up your tyre sizes, your tyre brand, your load on your tyres. There you got it. We'll give you your pressure.
Well, Ron, it's important to consider the road and traffic conditions on any journey, but what can you tell us today about the road between Tamworth and Port Macquarie?
Yeah, a couple of local friends have clued me up that it's a very windy road, so there's lots of steep climbs and steep descents, but there's a lot of windy roads together, so many miles of it, many kilometres of it. So we've got to be conscious of that and make sure we just drive to conditions for sure.
Okay, and is there anything that we'd need to adjust on either the car or the caravan in order to be safe?
Well, it probably doesn't need an adjustment as such, just we've got to make sure that all our connections are good, its high pressures are right, our loads set properly, and then once again just drive to conditions, not too quick around the corners, give ourselves plenty of time in and out of the corners and up the hills.
Soon enough, we were on the road to Port Macquarie. The drive from Tamworth is incredible and full of constant changing surroundings. If you ever get the chance to do this drive, you must take the time to do it right.
Well, Robbie, unfortunately, that's all we've got time for today.
That's right, Macca, and it's all been brought to you thanks to our good friends at GNS Chassis, with a little help from Vacationer Caravans, Universal Caravans and Billabong Caravans.
And we mustn't forget to thank our good mates from the Tamworth Regional Council for showing us such a good time while we were there. Now, we're going to head off and see you again next week, but we'll be in Port Macquarie having a whale of a time there, so make sure you join us as we show you
What's up, Downunder?
What's up, Downunder?